This is your brain channel. Welcome to the Brain Changer interview series with science writer and best-selling author David Disalvo. In this segment, author David Disalvo discusses the awareness wedge from his second book, Brain Changer, with Abdou at 33voices.com on the World Wide Web. Thank you once again for visiting yourbrainchannel.com, the one-stop source for understanding how things affect your brain.
If you had to choose one habit above others to gain greater control over your thinking, what would it be?
If I had to choose one, it would be the very first one I start out the section in this book, the section Do. The very first one I talk about is called, I mentioned a little while ago, the awareness wedge. Yeah, because I think it really is kind of the foundation for all the others. And in the research literature, this term is used in different ways. Sometimes it's called a cognitive pause or advanced cognitive pause. There's several different ways it's described. I call it the awareness wedge because I like the idea of the metaphor of a physical wedge being driven down into your thought patterns. And that is not an easy thing to do. I mean, anybody, all of us, who are prone to reacting, you know how hard it is to actually stop that thought pattern before you react and you take the next action step. That next action step can change your life for, not necessarily for the better. It could be a life-altering, life-changing, or life-ending action step. The awareness wedge is an extremely powerful tool, and it's deceptive in its simplicity because it's so hard to do, and we really do have to train ourselves to do it. I think this is, perhaps the truest definition of the term brain training is training ourselves to do these things that are deceptively simple, but take commitment and intentionality to do. And the awareness wedge is one of those things. It's to be able to stop your thinking process, assume the metacognitive position, which again is this position where you're, metaphorically outside of yourself, looking at yourself, and quickly do an analysis. What's going to happen? If I do this next, what will happen or what could happen? But if I don't do that next, what could happen or what won't happen? To be able to train yourself to get into that space, I call it the metacognitive space, is not an easy thing, but it can make all the difference in your life. And I think if someone picked up my book and they said, okay, just tell me 10 pages of this book to read, and that's all I'm going to read this book, I would direct them to the section about the awareness wedge.
Absolutely.
Because I think if somebody could get that, just that alone could change your life.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
You have just finished another Brain Changer interview with science writer and best-selling author David Disalvo. In this segment, author David Disalvo discussed the awareness wedge from his second book, Brain Changer, with Abdou at 33voices.com on the World Wide Web. For more interviews in this series, or for compelling information about how things affect your brain, please visit Your Brain Channel on YouTube or yourbrainchannel.com. This is your brain channel.